Shalom. All praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushua Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. This is y&ymission. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. y&ymission teaches the 100% truth doctrine, SGMS. Okay. These heathens, okay, are looking at three-eye atlas, okay, and they're starting to say and see that it's not an ordinary comet or space debris or something of natural occurrence, okay. Like I said, Yahushua is out there in space. He's spinning a block, okay. He had the angels with him. They're also in their different vehicles and whatnot, and they're spinning a block also, just waiting on that call from Yahweh, okay, to come to earth, okay, and do what they have to do. All right. So there's a lot of things that's going on in space, but basically, the men of the Lord, the servants of the Lord, were basically, telling you to look up, okay. I'm speaking to myself first and foremost, okay. So look up, all right. Things, Yahweh and Yahushua are, going to eventually send Yahushua here, okay. And these heathen can see these things, okay. Starting with Esau, okay. He has the technology to be able to see out and see far out, okay, and disclose certain things and hold on to certain things, okay. All right, but we know through the spirit power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, this is Yahushua and the angels staging, prepping, and getting ready, okay, for that call, all right. And we got that cloud image of an angry Yahushua. It looked like it could be Yahushua, not sure, but it definitely was either Yahweh or Yahushua, but it did look young. The face looked young, very detailed and specific. Okay, so consensus is it must be Yahushua, the cloud image from Denver, the airport. Okay, he is on his way. Okay, so we hold fast. All right, so I'm gonna play this video and then get some scriptures.
Hey guys, Dapu7, some newer images, some weird images here with 3-Eye Atlas. The last that we were told, this thing was potentially breaking apart, disintegrating as it went around the sun. It seemed to kick off some kind of plume and 7 jets, at least 7 different jets, that were really suspicious because the debris in the plume that it was kicking off was so large that they say that 3-Eye Atlas should have been 16 times larger, and that it should have had a tail long before it even came around the sun. So it started with these jets, and they said it could be exploding. There's no way much is going to be left if that much debris came off of it, right? Well, as the angry astronaut said, there seems to be a tight core nucleus still there, as you can see. And that makes no sense to many people out there, seeming that this thing just kicked off more debris than it even had in terms of mass, calculated mass. The only other way, again, it always goes back to this, is if it was technological and it was debris created on a technological scale. The equation is different, and that much debris can be produced by something that large if it's trying to kick a thruster on, so to speak, they say. Regardless, it's still there, and it looks pretty wild. The image on the left, and shout outs to Dobsonian Power. Tiago over there does great work. I'll leave links, check him out. He posted this. This is from the Nordic Optical Telescope from November 11th. David Jewett and Jane Ewe caught this, and they say that the so-called jet here on the left is pointing toward the sun. And I don't even know what to make of this. With all this darkness below, a front central light that seems to be completely disconnected from the rest of this whole thing. It's just weird and wild. And then,
all right, so you hear Dabu, Edomite, okay, he doesn't know. These heathen do not know, all right? They're bugged out, they're shocked, okay? They don't have any understanding, but we know through the spirit power that this is what? Men of the Lord, servants of the Lord, starting with the apostles, the elders, a great millstone all the way down. This is Yahweh and the angels, okay? So Luke 21:25, and there shall be signs in the sun. He was talking about the sun. They've been talking about the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, okay? They've been talking about space, okay? And upon the earth, okay? Distress of nations. That's what we're seeing. With perplexity, okay? Wonderment, okay? And confusion, okay? The sea in the roaring waves of roaring, okay? So, the Heavenly Father is sending signs, okay, in the heavens, okay, in the sun, okay. On the moon, we see blood moons. We seen the sun doing flares and different things. We seen a chariot, a huge ass chariot, in some of these solar images and whatnot, pull up to the sun and look like they were gathering some type of energy or plasma from the sun and then pull off, okay. And we've seen the stars, different stars, alignments, okay, Saturn, all of the planets being aligned, I believe this year. So much stuff, okay, going on in the heavens, all right? Acts 2:19. And I will show wonders in heaven, okay, above, okay, and that's what we're looking at with this 3-eye atlas thing. He will show wonders in heaven, okay, in space, above, and signs in the earth, okay, beneath, okay. So he's showing signs in the heavens and above, right? So it's twofold, okay, and beneath, okay, blood and fire and vapor, smoke, okay. We're seeing a lot of death, okay. We're seeing a lot of fire, things catching on fire, okay, things have to be put out. Forest fires, okay, it's fires in the city, okay, vapor, smoke, okay. We're seeing that wars, okay, explosions, okay. We know that this war will be fought with burning and fuel of fire, okay. So the Heavenly Father is setting the tone, okay, for this place to be baked, okay, and be blown up and destroyed, okay. I'm talking about the earth, okay, all four corners, okay, these heathen nations, okay. But what I want to concentrate on, he's showing wonders in heaven, and that 3-eye atlas is a wonder, okay. Jeremiah 10:2, thus saith Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, right? So they can come up with all types of scientific and technological terms on what this is or isn't. Doesn't matter. That's not for the men of the Lord, service of the Lord, particularly the house of Israel, okay? The true house of Israel. Learn not the way of the heathen. So all their jargon, all the madness that they spewing and trying to figure out, we're not going to pick up all those cues. We're not going to pick up on the dismay, okay? And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, right? That's for them, okay? For the heathen are dismayed at them, right? And we are not heathen, okay? We are Israelites, okay? Men and women, okay? We are the true house of Israel, okay? Starting with the apostles and elders, a great millstone all the way down, okay? And like men that teach like wise doctrine, 100% truth as great millstone, okay? So we're not going to pick up their jargon. We're not going to be intrigued about their mysteries and their theories and their hypotheses, okay? We ultimately know that this is Yahweh Shai, okay? Yahweh Shai and the angels are what? Spinning a block, okay? They're preparing to come to earth and to slay many and take over these nations, okay? And that's going to cause they're going to have, of course, vehicles, different technologies that the Heavenly Father is sending them down here with to do the job and do it quick. All right, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, right? We're not dismayed at the things we see with the moon, the blood moons. We're not dismayed at the sun being eclipsed by the moon and whatnot, and different flares and solar flares that are coming or scheduled to come upon the earth, okay? We're not dismayed when we see huge chariots pull up to the sun and, gather plasma or different resources from the sun and then just haul ass out of there, okay? We're not dismayed at that, okay? For the heathen are dismayed at them, right? The Heavenly Father's telling you, so look, they gonna bug out, they gonna come with all types of crazy ass theories and philosophies and what it is and ain't. You don't do it, okay? That's for them to do, right? Luke 21:28, and when these things begin to come to pass, the signs in the moon, the signs in the sun, the signs in the heaven, okay, then look up and lift up your heads, your redemption draweth nigh. Okay, so all these things, calamities, things, distress the nations, perplexity, the heathen being dismayed, what's going on in space, what's going on the earth, fire, blood, all the mayhem and chaos. The Heavenly Father said, when these are signs, when these things begin to come to pass, and they have, and it's more things that have been coming to pass as well, then look up. So we should be looking up more and more as men, okay, of the Lord, servants of the Lord, okay? We should be looking up more and more, because what? Lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. Every day that we're here in Babylon the Great, okay, our redemption has to draw nigh, okay? Then we have to look up. Somebody had to look up in order to see that face, okay, the detailed face of what? Yahushua, okay? Somebody had to look up and capture that. So that's, we lift our heads, okay? Our redemption is drawing nigh. That is a faith booster, okay? So I just wanted to bring that out, okay? It's nothing wrong with being an Israelite and being in His truth and looking up into the heavens, looking up for chariots, looking up past and images in space, 3-eye atlas, okay? We are not to be dismayed by these things, or frightened by these things, or scared by these things like the heathen are, okay? That is not our lot, okay? We are Israelites, all right? So this is just signs for us to look up, because our redemption or draws near. Yahushua is on the way. So I just wanted to bring that out, all right? So with that, I'd like to say all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakak Radash. Shalom.